Earlier today, a doctor's appointment brought us to Lafayette, Louisiana. So we took the opportunity. We found a little place called Urban Naturalist, right in the heart of Lafayette. Really cool little place, diamond in the rough. We talked to the owner, Marcus, and we really enjoyed a lot of the things that he had to say. We will definitely be back. Check this out.
My name is Marcus Descant. I'm the owner of Urban Naturalist, and I started this business about 10 years ago. Started out growing vegetable plants, and every few years I add an additional category so that we can sort of create an entire system instead of just an edible system. It's about pollinators, it's about growing an entire system. We definitely want to address pollinators and the complete ecosystem like it's a machine, Obviously, we're focused on not just feeding us, but feeding the wildlife that are compatible in our area. It's also important because it affects our soil hydrology, the way we drain, the way everything flows. So.
I think it's so cool. You have like this oasis in the middle of the city.
Yeah, I know, and the wildlife definitely know about it. You walk a block away and you're not getting hit in the face by butterflies, but Here you can see dozens of different types of native bees, probably about 24 different types of butterflies. Let's take a walk.
Okay.
Section I added on this year so that we could grow a lot more pollinator plants. So right now it's a lot of our butterfly plants, things that bring in them, and then it'll transition to native wildflowers, prairie wildflowers in the fall. They don't freeze, so we can plant them then. The way that I tend to look at things is a lot of these things are components to a machine, So I'm trying to give people all of the parts so that they have a car and not just a steering wheel, and you're not driving if you only have a steering wheel.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
So like prairie plants, for example, I really struggled with selling individual prairie plants for years. And then we started to do a prairie kit where all you need to do is space things out 18 inches and you'll have a little profile of what grows native in the prairie. So
cool.
And it's got a variety of different plants, and it'll jump your native bee population up through the roof, because all of a sudden you have these compatible plants and they're multiplying, and it's very effortless gardening too. So selling that as a system was way more effective than trying to sell pieces. You don't buy cars that way, and that's how people prefer to buy ecosystems.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, that's neat.
Well, a lot of times I spend time reminding people what make and model they're driving, because they're constantly saying, well, I don't have a green thumb, And they're forgetting that they've been sold a set of plants from usually Eurasia, somewhere around Europe and Asia, and you know, so these plants are not made for our amount of rainfall, our soil texture. And we've been told this by formal landscape architects who didn't even go outside, much less here. They don't know what we're dealing with. So we're trying to create a system that we think is normal. It's actually very abstract and not normal. So once you get the pieces, because you know, if your car breaks down and you try to shove an alternator into your car from another make and model, they're going to think you're a nut. But that's the equivalent of what we do in horticulture every day right now. So when people are buying cucumbers and squash and zucchini and okra and things that need to be pollinated real heavily, especially by native bees, you know, selling them a couple of prairie plants has been very popular because people are usually motivated for selfish reasons, like it or not.
Yeah.
So, you know, you tell them, hey, you've invested all this money in the best soil, you found the best plants, you're investing in all this infrastructure, yet you're not investing where the rubber hits the road, and that's pollination.
Yeah.
You know, so once people figure that out, they get way more successful.
Yeah.
And, you know, we start all helping each other.
So how much are your prairie kits?
$40. It's a tray of 18 plants.
How cool.
So,
Might have to get me one of those.
yeah, those will be out in the fall. So like right now we have the butterfly kit, and it's guaranteed to make your yard like this, butterflies. I can promise you you'll get butterflies.
What do you think?
I like that one. It's got a little bug damage, but oh, that one looks really good. Maybe we can get some of this toothache plant from Mac from Southern West Homestead.
There's a lot of different ways to pay at Urban Naturalist because we never close. So there's a ton of different ways to self-checkout, and that's how a lot of our customers pay. Some of them pay with cash and checks. You can do that on the shed door. You can pay with a card on the website. You can also use a number of different apps like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Google Pay. You can find me on Apple Pay searching my phone number. You can also find me on Zelle, Samsung Pay. You can find Bitcoin scan code right here. Or if you need to pay with another cryptocurrency, we'll accept those too. Just reach out to me and I'll send you my addresses. The place is open 24 hours a day. It never closes. There's no reason to close.
It was such a pleasure to meet Marcus today. The guy is a wealth of knowledge. If you want to find out more about the Urban Naturalist in Lafayette, Louisiana, check out the description. I'll be leaving a link for his Facebook page. Be sure to like and comment on this video. Let us know what you think about the Urban Naturalist.